How's it going, everyone? Hope everybody's having a great day. It's currently about 11 o'clock in the morning. We got a late start today, but I just wanted to say, if this is your first time visiting the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And hope you enjoy the video. So today we got planned today. Alright, so we're gonna need those jack stands, and I think that's all we need. Maybe the ramps, I don't know. I highly doubt it. And I think that's it. Gotta head to the store, pick some stuff up. So today what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be hopefully replacing a wheel stud off of the front passenger side wheel hub, hopefully. And hoping that I do not need to get another wheel hub before I have to go do inspection. And also, you can't see right now, but for whatever reason, this brake light, this brake light, and this brake light went out just like that. Don't know why. This is the one I currently have only. The lights work as far as like when you flip the switch. They turn on, but when you hit the brakes, the secondary electrode or whatever the hell you want to cut it that it has inside does not want to illuminate. So top one works, that's fine. Look at that. If you guys want to get some decals, go ahead to Mobbed Motors over on Instagram. He'll hook you up. And yeah, so let's get started with this. Let me show you the wheel stud. Boom, that one right there. So that's what we're going to be replacing today. Alright, I'm going to head to the store, pick up some stuff, and we'll be right back. Also, another thing I wanted to mention, I know I talk a lot on this channel, but just hear me out here. There's a lot of misconceptions and be like, oh, I don't trust Harbor Freight, jacks, or not jack stands, but jacks. Oh, I don't trust cheap jacks, I buy the expensive ones. Well, you gotta remember that the jack it does what its name's supposed to, jack up the car, for nothing else. It's not supposed to hold the vehicle up. That's what the jack stands are for, and I'm using two, just in case. Again, these are relatively cheap jack stands. Never had a problem with them, but safety is key, #1 priority. Just remember that, you guys. Alright, so I just want to mention this real quick. Got the lug nuts loose. So I'm not really worried about it rolling forward. So I do not have chocks in the back because I have it on the little lip of the concrete. So for safety precautions, I don't know if it's going to roll forward or backwards or whatever is going to go. So I chopped off the front tire. I do have the parking brake on, so we shouldn't have any issues theoretically. When we do something like this, just be safe, guys. Very safety sorry. When you take the wheel off, put it under the car. Worst case scenario, the car drops, jack stands fail, whatever. It lands on the wheel. You might be thinking to yourself, well, my wheels cost $2,000-3,000. Well, better than lose a wheel than lose a leg, right? Or a finger or a toe or whatever it is whatever body part you're going to have under the car as you're working on it. So stay safe, guys, please. Alright, guys, we're back. Got the tools out, don't mind those. Got the tools out. Got the jack, impact. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a 15, 16, no, it can't be that. Let's check the recorders, pretty sure that's what it is. Nope. Not those. Half 16ths, or 15/16, sorry. Not too good. It's one of these, I know that. 7/8? No. 13th. Okay, yeah, it's this one. Pretty sure. Yes. Yes, sir. Now I'm gonna grab my half-inch haircut or half-inch extension. Unbreakable. Just gonna break them loose. So you already know how to take a tire off. I'll get back to you when I do that. So okay, ended up only using one. This is what I did. Put it right there on the frame, cross member, whatever you want to call it. Put the jack up just to support it. Have that one there. It's not really doing anything, but you know, again, better safe than sorry. I think you can also jack it up from here. I don't think it's gonna hurt anything. I just jacked it up from over there because that's where it's bolted to the frame. I figured that's the strongest part of the car. So yeah, tire's off the ground as much as I need it. That wire's chopped, kind of. I'm gonna move that chalk up against the tire. Car's not rolling, so just to make sure, give it a good shake, and if it don't move, you're good to go. Let's get this tire off. Alright guys, I kind of got a little bit carried away here. Okay, so I'm this far into it. Took the tire off, put it under the frame or car, doesn't matter where you put it, just as long as it's completely under the car. So I took the brake caliper off, which is just two bolts right here. You can see one right here, one right here. There's gonna be one on the top and one at the bottom. Again, really sorry about that. Then I took the bracket off, which is just held in right here and right there. Just two bolts. I believe these were 17s. The ones on the caliper to take the brake pads off were 14s. Had to use a wrench because this top one for the caliper bracket is a little tight with the suspension right there. Is okay. You can use either a 17 or 11/16 open head wrench, or the closed side, doesn't matter. But I got this far into it, cut the nut off, or I'm sorry, I didn't cut the nut off. I hammered it back out. It's out, just not far enough to where I can put a new one in or take the old one out. So what we might have to do is unbolt the wheel hub itself and try to, I'm sorry, that's not going to work either. Oh yeah, back this bolt off a little bit and try to slide this out and try to slide the new one in. We might have to take this dust shield off just in case, and just in case, the rotor's only holding by 2 screws right here, and those are going to be these babies right here. I just took them off with the impact, and
Alright guys, I really do apologize for going so fast, but this will be the new revised video. Hopefully it's not going too slow or too fast for you guys, and I'm really sorry about the last one. So what we're doing here is, as you can see, I skipped over the tire removal, the caliper and the caliper bracket removal, which is pretty straightforward. Now we're just going to try to figure out how to get the stud out without removing the heat shield. So as you can see here that I'm just jiggling it around so I can get it out. Don't mind me here. I'm just going to put on some music. Alright, so as you see here I got the old stud out, and now it was to get the new one in. I'm going to retrieve it from the bag here and see how we can get it in here. As you can see, I'm trying to maneuver the stud in there without trying to remove the heat shield because I didn't have the tools at the time to remove it. You can see me here trying to, maneuver the wheel hub so I can try to get the heat shield off, but that wasn't working at all. At the moment, I didn't have any tools, so now I'm going to try to pry it back here, but as you can see, that's kind of impossible. But we're going to figure it out, and we're going to keep on trucking, and we're going to figure it out. As you can see, I tried ugga-dugga-ing it off right there. But as you can see, I'm just going to start hammering away at the heat shield because that seems to be the easiest way. to do it because it's just at this point it's gonna be relatively confusing. I'm just checking my phone here, don't mind that. But as you can see, the reason I had done this so fast in the first place is because this is my first time doing it, and I didn't actually know what I was doing at the time, so we were just kind of making it work at the time. But I was trying to make a video for you guys, and I kind of just kind of skipped over the important parts as far as how to actually do the work, and just skipped over it super fast at Mock Jesus, and I didn't give y'all the opportunity to actually see what was going on. But anyways, as you can see here, I'm trying to maneuver the new wheel stud in, lug stud in. As you can see, it's almost there, just not quite. So we're just gonna hammer away at the heat shield here eventually. So that's just a little side. The one on the side is the one I'm going to be, on the left side is the one I'm going to be hammering at here in a minute. I'm trying to pry it back. Sorry guys, it's quite a process, man. It would have been totally easier if I can just remove the wheel hub, but we were trying to do it as how do I put this to where everybody can try to do it, is what I'm saying. Even with the most minimal tools that I have there. The socket set that you see there, as you can see, we got it in just by prying the heat shield back a little bit. But I mean, the entirety of the entire reason of this video was to be able to show beginners like myself that it can be done with minimal tools. The socket set I have there, as I was trying to say a minute ago, but I was, choking under my own words, is from Home Depot, actually. It's a Husky set. I believe it was about $250 at the time. So, but they did have smaller ones. You didn't necessarily need a big old set like that. But the lug nuts, I believe, were 22 millimeters. And that's really what you would need. You can buy a 22 millimeter socket separately, or you can get a lug nut socket set off of Amazon like I did a little bit after this. But as you can see, I got the new stud in now, and I'm getting in the rotor so I can press the stud in. And what you want to do is that you want to grab a similar sized nut that goes all the way through to press this new stud in, which is what I did there a minute ago. But now I'm going to be putting the caliper back together, or sorry, I'm going to be putting the brakes back together. Don't mind me, I'm just going to go get some grease out of the back of the shed. Or I should say my little storage box that I have back there. The reason I went ahead and got the grease is because I already had taken apart the brake caliper, so I might as well grease up the caliper guide pins and everything else that needed to be greased, and while I'm at it, clean them off so I can do away with some of the loose rust. The surface rust I wasn't really worried about, just worried about the loose rust. But I'm just cleaning it up here, about to grease it and put the pins in. So really it was a pretty, not straightforward process, I should say, but it was fairly easy to accomplish without like extreme power tools, air tools, half-inch impact and stuff like that. As you can see, I have a breaker bar, I have a long screwdriver and a couple other stuff there, and a little impact driver from Walmart. But I just wanted to make this video so you guys can see that you don't need like an arsenal of tools to do this. And I apologize that I did not explain this in the first video. I'm hoping that this one is a little bit better, and I will be making a new intro for this video with me personally in it. so I can explain to you guys what had happened before. But I'm still gonna put this audio in. I just wanted to show y'all that I have been listening. I've been trying to get to it. I'm just extremely busy with work and stuff that I do outside of YouTube. For example, as I'm doing this, I'm in the process of fixing my F-250, which other video you probably already seen. Sorry guys, it's been a long day. But yes, so yeah, I need brakes. I needed brakes at the time. They weren't the best brakes. But anyways, as I'm redoing this video, I'm in the process of doing my F-250, my Ford F-250, which you saw the wheels there a minute ago. And those are just the replacement wheels from when I received the truck back. But that's going to be a story for another time. Alright, sorry about that. My phone died, which is what I'm using as a microphone right now. My English is not the best, nor has it ever been. But we're going to go ahead and continue. So, as I said, currently of making this video, I am working on my truck. I had just put a new used engine in, and I was unable to capture the entire process, so I'm really sorry about that. Just due to the fact that I couldn't find my GoPro. I was by myself. I didn't have any help at the time. Everybody was busy, which is understandable. I was totally understanding of that. So with that in mind, I just decided to take a loss on it, even though it was a very complicated process doing the engine outside of a shop, because the sun is beating down on you. It's 110 degrees outside, and it's just a non-stop. I had a really bad sunburn. Don't get me wrong, I did have some help with like the minor stuff of my girlfriend handing me tools and stuff like that. So I wasn't like all by myself. But as far as like doing the actual hard parts that she didn't know too much about is like pulling the the cherry picker, putting it on the engine, pulling the engine up, pulling the engine back, sideways, jiggle it, and stuff like that. Stuff that just required a little bit more finesse and a little bit more knowledge, so you don't just want to yank it out blindly, is what I'm saying. Excuse me. And stuff like that. So all of that stuff that I had a little bit more knowledge on. And even then, it was my first time, well, I should say my second time pulling an engine out, and the first time pulling out a rear-wheel drive engine. It's a little bit more difficult than the front-wheel drive ones, because the front-wheel drive, you can just pull the engine and transmission out as one, with little to no effort. As far as these rear-wheel, especially on a truck, just thank God I didn't have four-wheel drive, which is amazing because it made everything so much easier. But anyways, I didn't have much help, so I couldn't really, record everything. But anyways, as you can see here, I just got done putting the caliper back together. Everything's pretty straightforward. I don't have a torque spec for the brake caliper and the brake caliper bracket. I just kind of dug at it with my hand, but I believe it's somewhere in the range of 75 to 120 foot-pounds. Just don't quote me on that, but I recommend you do put Loctite on it. Blue Loctite, red Loctite, whatever you want. They both do kind of the same thing. It just depends how secure you want it to be. But other than that, I mean, there's really nothing else to say other than that. Once again, sorry about having I'm over here tightening the wheel up with a 1/4" driver with an adapter, 3/8 adapter, and a socket. I believe those are 17mm, not 22mm like I said earlier, but those are aftermarket lug nuts. So yeah. I did torque them down afterwards. As you can see, I'm about to torque them down here in a minute. I don't remember why I had it in neutral. Oh, that's right, because I was spinning the... I'm stupid. Because I was spinning the wheel bearing. Yes. I'm stupid. Because I had one tire on the ground, so it wouldn't let me spin this one, so I put it in neutral. That's right. I'm a dummy. But here you see me tightening everything down. I believe these were 95 foot-pounds, but I put them on there way harder than I needed to, so don't mind me doing this. So that's really the entire process, guys. I didn't really want to go too much in depth about the brake caliper and the caliper bracket because everything's pretty straightforward. I mean, the caliper doesn't I believe it was like 20 foot-pounds or something like that, with a little bit of Loctite, and the caliper bracket bolts were like I think 75 or 120 foot-pounds with some Loctite. It wasn't, the caliper bolts and the caliper wasn't really a big deal, and because it's pretty straightforward. It's just 4 bolts and maybe a little bit of prying on the caliper itself, but other than that, it was pretty straightforward. If you got under there and you knew nothing about cars, the caliper is the part that where it holds the brake pads, and it's pretty straightforward. It's just 4 bolts, righty tighty, lefty loosey. So you go lefty loosey and you loosen them up. Pretty much is what I did there. And I used all hand tools the majority of the time, except for my 1/4" driver, but everything was hand tools. I just want to thank y'all for watching, and I'm going to leave here in silence, I guess. Or maybe I'll just keep talking. But as you can see here, I'm going back and retightening the lug nuts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really new to this, and I'm really trying to get the hang of, like, doing voiceovers and stuff like that. I usually just do everything in the videos. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know why I just tightened it up with the breaker bar and then I'm retightening it up again. I don't know why I did that. I guess it was for security or something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. But, oh, okay, I do know why I did that. Because I was tightening up the lug nuts. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you.